Welcome to Catholic Party for America, and we are back finally after seeing what is going on in the world, and we have Brother Alexis on the show.
Thank you, AJ, for having me back about talking about what's really important. And I have to say that 18 months ago, when you said we need to start a Catholic Party for America, I was like, well, but it turned out completely prophetic what you said. We were in the mid of the election for the presidency. Donald Trump was running against Biden. And no Catholic wanted to listen to you. No one wanted to listen to us, a Catholic Party. Oh, you're weakening the Republican Party. It's a mortal sin not to vote for Donald Trump. And no one even wanted to listen to it. We got some people, you got some people that contacted you, but no one was even active. You've been proven true by all the events, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. After the election, it was rigged. Well, we know it was rigged with the voting machines and everything gone wrong during the middle of the night. Then President Trump's operation called Operation Warp Speed truly showed its colors, where tyranny entered the entire world. I mean, we had cities locked down, we had churches locked down, we had no sacraments for the dying, no sacraments for the ill, no confession for the spiritually ill who need to go to confession, no Eucharist for anybody. Uh, yeah. Then we started to see different parts of Canada start to become more a dictatorship, and in New Zealand and Australia they led the way with full blown tyranny, where if you're the unvaxxed, you're pretty much not a citizen anymore, and they have opened up concentration camps up in the north of Australia where the unvaccinated are sent. And if you're, vaccinated one time and not get to others, you're considered unvaxxed as well, and you're sent up there. And then you can't go to work, can't go outside, and almost every hour on the hour in Australia and New Zealand, the government sends you a text message saying, "Please reply with a photo to make sure you are where you're supposed to be." Then in Canada, we have things going on similar. In New York State, New York City, you can't even go inside for a cheeseburger without being vaccinated and show a vaccination passport. And if you're not vaccinated, what used to be the good NYPD comes in and arrests you like Gestapo. And then there's this mall in outside of Chicago. Yeah, if you're not vaccinated and you don't wear the mask, don't have the vaccine passport, well, you can't shop, can't go get anything to eat, and you're actually thrown out of the mall. So, and Europe, um, it's Italy's gone full dictatorship almost on the unvaccinated. And so has Austria, Germany, and Ireland, I believe, has gone that way too. Um, um, Ukraine and Russia is fighting again. Nothing new there. Uh, Armenia, well, you got to get the vax or else, but they're still in a fight for their lives against their dictator, uh, Pashin, trying to sell off Armenia to Turkey and Azerbaijan. So there's that. So yeah, everything's gone. Everything in the world's gone to hell.
And now I hope people don't need to be red-pilled about the need for a Christian party, because what's the difference between a nationalist conservative party and a Christian party? A nationalist party has no eternal truths it stands for. It's whatever the whim of the political party says. We need a Christian party because we need a party that's committed to unchanging truth. First of all, that man was created by God and he has a God-given immunity system, and no one can tell him to change his genetic code. No one can play games with that. No one can be asked to enter a political experiment. Nuremberg, the Nuremberg Code, which is based in Christian values, this has to be part of a new party's platform. And both parties, I mean, you have to, if you don't realize that both parties have betrayed you and have stabbed you in the back, developing and pushing these death backs and the whole tyranny system, you're in Lululand. Well, maybe you've taken the vax or something, I don't know, but read the signs of the times. You cannot be denied. Why has the world gone to pot? Because none of these nations have Christian constitutions. None of them exalt Christ as king. And you're not going to get it unless you have a political party that proclaims it. And how important, why do you think in the US, AJ, our country is just going to pot? Because its constitution's not Christian? What?
Yeah, when those certain few Masons got into the back room to illegally pass the Constitution to replace the Articles of Confederation, where it literally says that Christ is King and Lord, and that document, the Articles of Confederation, was the Christian government that the Patriots fought, bled, and died for, and froze to death for in the Revolution. But when that document called the Constitution was passed secretly, without the majority of the votes, you could already tell the handwriting was on the wall that the Masons have taken control and that they are going to do whatever they can to make sure this land, even though it was founded by Christian patriots, would not be a Christian form of government. And you can see it if you look at the two documents. One, does people have the power, states have the power over the government, over the federal government. And then the federal government in the other one has more power than the states and the people. And you were more free under the Articles of Confederation than we are with this Constitution, which has not protected us and will not protect us. Yeah.
I think this is a wonderful and excellent historical example. A lot of people say, well, what does it matter that you mentioned Jesus Christ in the nation's constitution or not? Well, America is a good example of what matters. And because, you know, if your constitution mentions Jesus Christ only allows Christians to be elected, only allows Christians to vote, only allows laws that are in conformity with the gospel to be passed, the Masons can't take down that country. They can't manipulate it. But once you take Christ out of your nation's constitution, that constitution becomes a glove in which Masonry can stick its hand. And then they control everything, which is, we see it daily on the television in the United States. They control everything. Mm-hmm. And don't think that all your states that have abolished these controls are friendly to you. No, they're just trying to keep you calm so you accept the whole tyranny that will never go away. And a lot of people realize now that DC is an evil place. That's because it doesn't have Jesus Christ. And if we allow a form of government in these United States to be anti-Christian, it will always be anti-American.
Yeah. There's, yeah, and prove there's deeper problems because, as we pointed out, I guess, well, a few hundred of our programs about who really controls this thing, even though it came in 1833, the Skull and Bones Lodge in Yale University. I mean, that doesn't seem like a long time to take control of anything, but if you actually get the diary of John Quincy Adams and you read it, and you see that weird dinner he had in New York with that English ambassador. That was in the right after near the passing of the Constitution, and you can see that writing was on the wall for that Anglo-Saxon takeover that Cecil Rhodes finished. And you would have to think, why would they start something that early? Because they knew what they wanted. They knew they had to get the entire English-speaking world under one control to do what they're doing today. And we showed it yesterday about the young global leaders forum at Davos. Every single world leader you see today pushed into tyranny, they all came from one place. And it's all those Masonic lodges that came together after that meeting in late 1700s that New York dinner, John Quincy Adams and that English ambassador. And all those Masonic lodges come together to show their real intentions, and we're seeing it. Can you continue on that?
Yeah, it's interesting you point out that meeting between Quincy Adams and the British ambassador. It's once the British Masons saw that the American Masons had hoodwinked all of the colonies and taken away their Christian constitution, then they knew that the door was open for infiltration. And it took them a while to do it, took them a century to do it, but they achieved it with the Anglo-American Society and the Pilgrim Society. And in getting the U.S. out of isolationism to serve the British imperial interests, which is why America after the First World War is nothing like before. And this is why you have to start by having your Constitution exclude these people. I mean, we not only need a Christian restoration in America, going back to 1776, we need to uproot these evil people. These people involved in genocide, any politician pushing this death vax genocide, this great reset, he's either psychologically incapable of remaining in contact with reality, and therefore he should be put in a sanitarium for the rest of his life and never allowed to vote or participate in politics, he and all his political supporters, or he is actually a Satanist out to destroy humanity and exterminate the American people, and therefore he should be hung or burned at the stake. And that means you have to completely break all your ties with the Republican and Democratic parties. And you need at your local level to start a Christian party that excludes these godless pieces of, because these are your enemies. And you got to do this quickly, because it was just in the news today, that the U.S. Army is training for guerrilla warfare against the American people. Now, why they would be doing that unless they're planning to kill us all and make sure that they can grasp of the globalists won't be broken by some popular uprising. Now here, as president of Order Militaris, I've been telling you for 5 years now, is it 6 years going on? American citizens need to learn how to fight together because you never know when some kind of terrorism is going to break out. But now you're all left undefended. You guys want to listen to us. So Catholic Party for America is another solution for those of you who don't have the courage to defend yourself and your families. At least organize politically. And you've got to be strong on the local level because you want your people counting the votes, not Republicans or Democrats. It's just one Masonic theater. They're both in it together.
Yeah. When I decided we needed this party, yeah, we had Republicans write us, we had Democrats write us, try to join. I was like, no, you're still hooked behind seeker. Oh, we gotta get Trump on the board. We gotta do this. We gotta do this. I'm like, no. Have you read the website? No. Have you seen the videos? No. Go watch the videos. Go read the website. It's all right there. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. So every person you wrote us was, Republican, Democrat. You wanted to make this party into the Republican or Democrat version. I was like, okay, I'm not answering any more emails until we get the right people.
Well, yeah, and I've seen the same thing with Order Militaris. I have so many people trying to get us to work with Mossad, work with MI5, work with the Department of Defense, or work with some kind of Masonic organization. Exist by yourself? Oh, no, we don't want that. So the Masons are very intent and zealous. They see the threat and they always want to suppress it. And Christians have to act similarly. We have to recognize what the threat is and have nothing to do with these people and do everything you can to suppress them. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have that kind of militancy as a Christian, you're going to be exterminated. The extermination plan has begun, and something like 80–90% of Western civilization is going to be gone in 10 years because you sat there and watched television, played video games, and you voted Masonic parties. Mm-hmm. So this is your last chance. No more chance after this.
Yeah.
To wake up.
So, so please go to CatholicPartyForAmerica.com, read our stuff, watch the videos. You will have some true American history programs on the website. Learn what we're about, because we're not changing. If you want us to become a type of Republican or Democrat party, the answer is no. You have to change. You have to become back to be fully American and throw off your Masonic ideology and become Christian again. And any final words?
And you Catholics, you need to want Christ to reign. You can't be satisfied with doing a procession on the Feast of Christ the King. You actually have to work in a political party that he might reign. And if you're not willing to do that, you're just complete fake. I don't care whether you go to the Latin Mass or the Mass in English, you're just a fraud. And if you think being a faithful Catholic means you have to vote Republican or Democrat, you're a complete satanic fake. That's all you are. So we're looking for the honest, the people who want to save themselves and their families, and the people who are red-pilled, completely red-pilled. You have to be willing to go all the way because you have to go all the way back to the gospel. And if you don't want Christ in your constitution, if you don't want Christ in your party, then forget about Catholic Party for America. But if you do, then sign up. But don't be this kind of person like we had someone who wanted to sign up with his whole family and he talked to his pastor and then never heard of him again. Well, seeing that your pastor shut your church, denied you the sacraments, forces you to put the mask on, got rid of holy water, and is throwing Jesus around like a cookie, do you think he's going to give you good political advice? if you do, you're completely brainless. So we're looking for we're not looking for everyone. We're looking for the best, the most valiant, the most militant, and the most hard-headed lovers of Jesus Christ. And that's who we can build the party with. And so if you're that kind of person, come to CatholicPartyForAmerica.com. FOR there is spelled like the word, not the number. And read all the information, watch the videos, and then contact HJ.
Yep. This is Catholic Party for America signing off. God bless America. God save the Republic.
God bless America. God save the Republic.